More than 20 leaders from both sides of the Pacific are in Peru for the start of this year's APEC summit, a meeting defined as a test of their commitment to free trade. Malcolm Turnbull is firmly on the side of low tariffs and taxes, but he's also revealed he looked at a possible side trip to New York on the way to visit the self-styled protectionist Donald Trump. National Affairs correspondent Greg Jennett is covering the APEC summit in Lima.
After a day-long dash across the Pacific,
there's a beautiful arc gallery just there.
Malcolm Turnbull slowed to a Peruvian pace, caught up with a trio of Australian hoteliers taking on a Renault rebuild.
It was basically a mansion built in 1920.
Yeah.
It's the Republican era of Peru.
And he was soon consumed by questions about the new Republican era in America.
Certainly look forward to seeing the president-elect. He has got a very, very busy schedule on his hands.
Before his arrival in Lima, soundings had been taken about a possible diversion to New York to chat to Donald Trump. Shinzo Abe of Japan did just that, discussing trade and security. But time beat the Australian Prime Minister to any meeting.
It hasn't been possible to schedule one on the way to, and certainly not on the way back.
Every leader in Lima moves through the shadow of uncertainty cast by the US presidential election. And APEC's host makes no bones about what he thinks of Mr. Trump's approach to trade.
The president-elect of the U.S. is not a fan of free trade agreements.
Pedro Pablo Kaczynski is a former investment banker who's enlisting another
Australia is a big investor.
Sure.
to push against the protectionist tide.
It is the way to poverty. We have seen this film before.
He's drawing parallels with the Great Depression, which struck Donald Trump's hometown of New York harder than anywhere.
It's not for me to speak for Donald Trump, but what he has said is he wants America to have better trade deals. Well, he's entitled to argue for that. My job is to talk about what's in the interests of Australians. I'll leave the Americans to manage their own affairs.
Malcolm Turnbull's having it both ways on Donald Trump and free trade. He won't criticise the president-elect directly, yet he condemns the very protectionist values he ran so hard on all the way to the White House. Tomorrow, the Prime Minister will gather with leaders still hoping to lock in the Trans-Pacific Trade Partnership deal.
Thank you.
But that deal's souring with every day Donald Trump's administration draws closer to the White House. Lima.